Hello, everyone. Welcome to Creativity with Jennifer. I am an independent Stampin' demonstrator, and I am here tonight for our Fun Friday craft night. I'll get it out in a minute. Woo, what a mouthful. Sorry, guys, I was a few minutes late. I am getting ready for a craft fair, and then I went to sign on, and my thing disappeared from my group page. So now I'm here. Hello, Debbie. No, to answer your question, we are not in a different time zone, Debbie. I am Eastern Standard Time. So you were right. It was 8 o'clock, and I was not here. So sorry about that. But I am getting ready for a craft show tomorrow, and ran something to my cart and thought I could get back in time, and it didn't happen. So here I am now. So here we go. We're going to just dive into this because I do got to get going. But I wanted to, hello Candy, welcome. I did want to get on here and do this fun fold with you tonight. I am in love with this. It is called a pop-out swing fold card. So it was a lot of fun putting the little sample together. So let's see if I can do it the right way with you guys on here. I do not have pieces pre-cut. I thought I was going to be home in time to do that, but I did not get home in time. So we're going to actually do this as we go along and hope for the best, because, you know, this is always hit and miss when we do things on the side and while we go live. So we are going to try this, and hopefully I do not goof up. But if I do, we will learn together, right? That is what it is all about. Hold on one second before I flip my camera. My granddaughter has been up here and has messed. Ah, jeez. See what you got to look forward to, Candy? Grandkids love craft rooms, just so you know. Mine has to come up here and do homework, but then in the process, she messes with everything that she should not be messing with. All right, I think I've got it. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we are going to get started. And hopefully my desktop is not a hot mess. Let's see. We're going to adjust it just a little bit. Maybe. There we go. All right. So here is the card that we are going to be making tonight. Yeah, it's all good sometimes, Candy, but I tell you, there are days that they just really get under my skin. And I give them their own craft supplies, and they still got to get in my stuff. I'm like, why? All right, I'm just making sure everything looks good on the screen because I did not have Facebook pulled up. So I just want to make sure we look good. And then yes, okay, so that looks pretty good. Not as bright as I normally am. I don't know why. So let's see if that makes a difference. I don't have one of my lights on, so hopefully it's not too dark. All right, so we're going to get started. I got to cut my sound out. Hold on one second. I'm hearing myself talk. All right, so basically what we need is a piece of basic card base, and I am using the black, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. And then, which is what I don't have that we will need to get, is a piece of basic white cardstock that's going to be in here. It is cut at 5 by 8, scored at 2, 4, and 6. And then we have a piece of DSP that's on the front. And this goes with the modern, I think it's called what is this designer paper? It is called the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper. That is going to go on the front. And then we will be cutting 2 pieces of embossed basic white cardstock. And then you're cutting more designer series paper. Now, I am going to give all measurements in an email of a recipe card. So if you join my email list, I am going to be sending the recipe card out with all measurements tomorrow when I get home from the craft fair. So make sure you go back and you get on my email list if you're not already there. But as I go along, I will talk you through the measurements as well. But if you want a recipe card, make sure you get on my email list because I will be sending that out tomorrow. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our basic cardstock, and I am using the basic black because that goes along with my my designer series paper that I have. All right, so now we're going to pull our our cutting tool out, and we are going to cut our piece of designer series paper. This is going to be cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And you want to make sure you're cutting your pattern paper where it's going to be going in the right direction. You know what? No, I can't. All right, we're going to have to use this one. Okay, so we're going to cut this at 4 1/8. All right. And then it is going to be by 5 3/8. All right. Now, this is going to go on the front of our card base, just like that. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this down. You do not want to put glue in the center of this, okay? So you're only going to want to put your adhesive on the outskirt of this. So let's do that real quick. And you'll see why at a later time as to why you don't want to do the whole card. We're going to just do the outside of it. Okay, let's see. Come on. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and put that directly onto our card base. And you're going to have a layer of the card base showing. So that's fine. All right. So we're going to press that down. Give it that good seal there. All right, now before I go any further, we're going to go ahead and do the rest of our cutting, and then we'll come back to that. So let's cut a piece of our basic white cardstock. So let me get that out real quick. We're going to do 5 by 8. All right, so we're going to do 5 by 8. Okay. And like I said, if you make sure you're on my email list. And tomorrow, when I come to my studio room, I am going to be emailing this out as a recipe card. So you will have all these steps or all the measurements to be able to do this together. So we got it there. Then we're going to cut it at 4. And then we're going to do it at 6. All right. So that is that. So we're going to just put that down for a minute. I just want to go ahead and get all the pieces cut because, like I said, I thought I had this done and I didn't. So I do apologize. But sometimes it's good for you to see the process of it. All right, so now we need a piece that is we need a piece of basic white that is 2 3/4 by 4. Now, I did not do basic white. I am doing the snowflake designer paper. This is a specialty paper. This is called the Silent Snowflake, and it's 12 by 12 sheets, but it's got the snowflakes in it, and I thought that was really pretty. If you don't have this paper, but you have the snowflake embossing folder, you can do that as well. So we need this at 2 3/4 by 4. So we're going to go ahead and cut that piece. All right. And then we need a piece of the, we need, let's see, what else am I missing? We need a piece of whatever color fits your thing. I am using our gold, but this needs to be 4 1/8. Okay, that's perfect size, by 5 3/8. Okay. Uh-oh. Guess I didn't put enough pressure on it. It tried to cut, but it didn't cut. All right, so there's that. And then we need our designer series paper, and we need 4 strips. That is going to be 4 7/8. All right. Hold on one second. Let's do it this way because that wants to act like it's off a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to do this. We need 4 strips, and they're going to be 1 7/8. All right. And you're going to do 4 of these. All right. So there's 2. And this is very important as to how you cut your paper, because you want your designs going in the right direction. All right, so we're going to do this now at 4 7/8. All right. So that's our 4 strips there. All right. And now we need a piece of white cardstock that is going to be, we're going to do 1 3/4. And this is so you can stamp your sentiment. And 4 3/4. Okay, and then we are going to do, I took a piece of our designer paper and took our tree out of the Ornamental Christmas dies to do that with. So we're going to take our tree, and what I did is I just found one of the trees that was grouped together. Let's see if I got another piece that looks better, and I don't see. Let's see if this one works better. And then basically what I did is I just ran this through. Yes, here we go. So I just ran this through our embossing machine. So let me do that real quick while we get the rest of our product together. All right. And then we will get started with our putting the card together because we are ready. Okay? Run that through. Now, I wanted to share. So see, there is that. So we cut that out with the ornament dies. Okay? Now what we're going to do, we are ready to actually start assembling. Yes, Debbie, we're on the same time zone. I am Eastern Standard. So we are on the same. I am getting ready for a craft fair, and I ran some stuff out to my car because I'm trying to load my car in between this and being ready because I've got to be there at 6:30 in the morning to set up. So I ran out and I didn't get back in my room in time. So I was behind. You're good. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take our base card and we're going to open it up just like this. Okay, now this is why you did not want to use glue on the whole thing, because we are going to take our branching out dies and we are going to use the third one, the third largest one, and we are going to put this in the center of our card just like this, and we're going to cut this out. So I need to take this to my die cut machine, and so I can run this through and cut it out. But when you go to do this, make sure you open your whole card base so you don't cut all the way through your card, because you don't want to cut all the way through. You just want to cut the center of the front. All right? So let's get that through. Okay. And drop the die. So now you've got your card front that's got your hole in it. And that's okay. All right. So now we have the basic black that we will need for our card front shortly. All right. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this done. I'm hoping I do this right. All right. So we're going to take whatever color you did to the front, and we're going to put it on the inside for the base. Okay. So we're going to just put our adhesive on here, and then we are going to put this straight onto the card. Okay. Now we're going to set that to the side, and then we're going to go to our piece that we scored, and you're going to fold this and run your bone folder across here, and you're going to kind of make a box with it. All right, and we're going to do this side again. All right, so that way you've got all your things and they're all scored. Now, this is the little tricky part that I've got to make sure I do right, because I don't want to do it wrong. All right, so then you're going to take your strips and you're going to put them on the inside. But what I did is I used the back side of these and I used the polka dot. So it made it look like I used two different pieces of our designer paper. But in reality, it's one piece because it's front and back. Okay? So we're good there, right? Everybody's with me. They understanding, I hope. And just make sure you're on the email list so you get the step-by-step instructions, because then it'll be easier for you to do your cards when you go back and watch the video and redo it. Because I would love for you to duplicate. That is fine with me. All right, so we got that one down. So we're going to go ahead and do that on each one of our pieces here. Okay, and we're going to do this one like that. Okay, we're going to put this one down. And we're going to go here. And then our last one. And we're going to do the same thing. Put our adhesive straight on. And then we're going to put that onto the base. All right, now what we're going to do, that extra strip that you did, it goes right there, right on top of that. But before we do that, because you know I don't like stamping after I glue down. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the Be Jolly out of the Ornament Christmas bundle. And I'm going to take my black Momentum and I'm going to stamp Be Jolly at the top. Okay, perfect. I try not to glue down anything that I'm stamping on until I do that, because if you make a boo-boo, you can always fix it. And it's a lot easier before you glue it down than it is to fix it if you've done glued it down. So always, I recommend that you stamp and then you glue. So there is that. Now, okay, so here we go. This is the fun part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take this piece of our card and we're going to glue it onto here, and you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch showing. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our adhesive down. And by the way, I am using our Stampin' Seal. If you need adhesive, we sell this and I do recommend it. I also recommend our green glue, which is our Tombow glue. I really love that and I use that quite a bit. All right, so what we're going to do is you want to make sure you kind of center it, top and bottom, and then you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch showing on the side. And then you're going to just take this and press it down. Okay. Now, let's make sure. Hold on, we got to fold this correctly. All right, let me see what I did. Okay. All right. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is you're only going to put adhesive on this strip right here. You do not want to go all the way to the top, because if you do, then your card is not going to open. So you just want to put it along the edge of the card. And like I said, don't go all the way to the top or the bottom, because then you'll close your card off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this now and we're going to fold this and then give it a press. We're going to give it a good press there. And if you're using liquid glue, you're going to need it a little more than me. So, hold on. All right. So I didn't do the fold right. Hold on. This is the part. You got to make sure you fold it correctly so it opens it. I didn't do that. So let's see if I can fix it. All right, hold on. I try to do 5 folds, but sometimes I get in a pinch. I think I put my glue wrong, so let's see if I can do this without tearing my card base. All right. So what we want to do is, all right, hold on. This piece is the one that's not folding right. All right. We've got to fold this because this needs to go right here. So we're going to do this. We're going to start on this end, and I may have to redo the piece there, but let's see. We're going to take that and make it go right there like we need it. All right, so it's supposed to poke out just like this. So this, that's right. I had it right. All right, so I had it right. I was just messing with myself. See, you second guess yourself. That's why you just go with your first thing, because it's fine. Well, no, it's not fine, because now the card's not folding. Ah, hold on, guys. All right, I might have to redo this. All right. I think what we should have done, let's do this piece again real quick, because that didn't take long at all. I am so sorry, guys, but you know, it does happen to all of us. Even if you think you are the only ones that have issues, you are not. I promise you are not. Fun folds are a challenge. Sometimes it's great, and then sometimes they can be very challenging. All right, so let's make sure we cut this the right way. So we want 5 inches by 8. All right, and then we're going to do this again, and we're going to get it. All right, so now we're going to do score at 2, and then 4, and then 6. All right, so let's try this again. Sorry about this. So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it. All right. Now, what I want to see is, so this one, I want to make sure I fold it the right way. So this one's here. This one goes this way, and then that one goes like that. That goes like that. All right. There. Because I don't want to, yes. Nope. What am I doing wrong, guys? Oh, gosh. What am I doing wrong? This is why. These take practice. I promise you that. All right. So we're going to do here. All right. So this goes. I am so sorry, guys. But it does happen. I'll figure it out. Just give me 1 second. Ah! I got the paper everywhere. It's got glue everywhere. All right. Maybe that needs to go. No, so I'm about to tear my sample apart because that one worked. Right there. There we go. All right. So now let's put the panels on and see if I can do this without having to recut everything. I didn't want to have to recut all that. So let's see. Because that's just wasted paper. All right, so we're going to put that on here. Just like we had it before, so that is right. I'm just hoping this is right. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there, but yeah, I don't know why. All right, guys, I am not sure what I'm doing wrong. And I think I done got myself in a pickle because I'm frustrated because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So, and I done turned it every which way that I can. So I may end up just starting the video and just recording it and then posting it so you see the finished product. Because this post goes in there. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. I'm going to try it this way. If this does not work, then I'm going to just erase this video, pre-record, and post and go again, and just not go back live. Because I think that's what's happened. I have totally confused myself. Let's try it this way. I don't want to give up yet. And I hope you're still with me. Okay. Now let's put adhesive on here. All right. I promise you this card is not that complicated. It's just the way you fold your card base. That is the key. You gotta fold it correctly. And I knew when I practiced this, and I even got up this morning and did another card thinking, okay, you've got this. And then I said I was going to come home and do one beforehand because this is a different fold than what I do normally. But I did not have a chance to do that. My son is out of town, so I'm having to take care of all his stuff. And that is not a fun thing. We have a farm, you know, and my son has over 200 chickens. He's probably got close to 300 chickens. So I'm having to tend to all that. So that is throwing me for a loop in the afternoons when I get off work. Because I don't normally do that. I normally take care of my dogs and the horses, and he does everything else. But because he's out of town, I got all the farm duties, and that is just eating up time. All right, so now we're going to take this and put here. And yes, this does have a piece of black on it. It's okay because it's going to go in the card itself. Hold on. All right. Now, we're going to fold this like this and hope this works. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers. All right, so we're going to do the same process just like we did before. And give it that good press down. Yes. Okay. There we go. Now it opens the right way. See, I knew it was the way we folded it. But there you go. So, there we go. Perfect. All right, now I feel better. Sorry, guys. So sorry. Now this is the easy part. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that piece of basic white that you cut out and had the snowflakes on it. And we need to run that through the embossing machine using the die from the branch out. So let me do that real quick. We're going to take it and we're going to line it up just like this. And then we're going to cut this out. I can do that with no problems. That is the easy part. I am sorry again for not getting full right and taking way longer than it should have. But it's all good, so we got it. This is the easy part. So now we're going to take our basic black and our white, and we're going to put our adhesive on here. And we are going to put that on our basic black, just like that. And then the trees that you cut out, or whatever piece you're using for your center, we are going to put our adhesive on it. And then that goes straight into the white, right in the center. Okay? Now you're going to take your card and this, and you're going to go ahead and put your adhesive on. Wait a minute. No. Don't put it all the way across. You only want to put it on the side. Hold on. Let me get this off. Because you want it to be able to open. And if you do what I just did, it's not going to open. Okay. So we only going to put it on one side. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it straight like this. Okay. And then we're going to slip this straight into that hole where you cut it out. Oh, Candy, yes, I do. You see my boo-boos. I don't camouflage. I am just a regular demonstrator, just like everybody that is a demonstrator, and we all make mistakes. So for customers to think demonstrators don't, they're wrong, because we do make boo-boos. All right, so here's the card. Now when we go to open it, there is our card. See? I knew we could do it. So pretty. All right, sorry about that, but that is the final product. That is called the Pop-Out Swing Fold. And I promise it's not that difficult to make. It is just a matter of how you fold this. And I'll show you the trick. And I should have known this. So the real trick is whenever you have your piece of cardstock, you're going to fold it just like you would a gatefold card, okay? You're going to fold it like a gatefold. So you're going to put this down, but then when you go to close it up, you fold it in just like this, and you put it down on here, and then that is how it folds up. But whenever it closes like this, and then you close the top of it, that's when this picks up and it folds correctly. So, but it is called a pop-out swing fold. So I really like this, and I hope you did too, even though we had complications. But we got it, see? And then here is the good one that I didn't have to take apart 5 times. And I hope you can see that very well. All right, guys, that is the project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back on Sunday and at 8 o'clock with our Christmas series number 5. We've got one more Christmas series to go after this, and then there's no more Christmas series, and we will move into something else. So see you on Sunday at 8 o'clock. Thank y'all. Oh, Debbie. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for following me, and have a great weekend, and see you soon.